attorney.
Okay, welcome back. We are recording. Everything is good there. Cool. Let us continue. Maybe into the first night today. We'll see. We'll see. Granted, there's not too much time to record if I want to upload this video on time. It's currently what 6 hours before this video is supposed to go up, so we'll see. Episode 2. Right, dinner time. Okay, I wonder if Goda is gonna give us a full explanation of what he has cooked up. We'll see. First, let's check if there's anything here. I don't think there is gonna be. My god, the wind again. Yeah, immediately not seeing anything. Beatrice, my beloved. The cane. God, I love them. I love knee-high socks. And Zeta Ryoki. Zeta Ryoiki. Not seeing anything immediately. Sure. And tips, probably nothing here either. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. The most fabulous time in the family conference. That was the dinner. Back when Kinzo had been serious about the family conference, he had placed extreme importance upon this dinner, for which everyone would gather just once a year. Should the dinner not meet the standards, he would take it as the deepest shame for himself as the host. Yep. And he had strongly ordered Natsuhi to make absolutely sure that it was one to be proud of. Hell yeah. Because of that, she and Kraus had employed Goda, who had confidence in his cooking abilities. My man. As a result, they could unveil a wonderful dinner that they had confidence in. Yet, by that time, Kinzo had started closing himself up in his study and no longer appeared for dinner. Maybe you could call that ironic. Maybe, yeah. The one who it mattered the most is no longer present in the dinner, at the dinner table. When the main dish for the night, calf steak, was set out, I forget if this is the same one as in Door 1, episode 1. Just recorded Fata Morgana, so I'm speaking indoors instead of episodes. Calf steak was set out. Goda began to brag about it, further exciting everyone's appetite. Novelette.
こちら、ソースはボルドレーズとなっております。
Bordelaise. Don't think I've ever heard of that. I know Hollandaise, but not Bordelaise.
ベースの赤ワインはもちろん、ボルドー産の中でも素晴らしいものを使用しておりますが、その他にも、当家オリジナルブレンドとしまして、
Yes, of course. Original blend. Okay, Bordeaux. That's a city area in France, I think. Yeah, so probably a sauce base, whatever, from that region.
世界各地、数種類の名酒をブレンドしまして、より深い味わいとなりますよう、整えてございます。このソースは、本年限りのものでございます。
Thank you, Goda.
どうか、お楽しみいただければ幸いです。
We will.
素晴らしいじゃないか。
素晴らしい。
しかし、ボルドレーズソースはフランス料理の王道ではないのかね。それに、フランス以外の酒を使うのは少し邪道ではないかという気もするね。
旦那様。
Danna-sama. That's a... well, no. Servants use dun as well. It's just weird because you often hear, like, wives using Danna-sama. Mr. Husband, I guess, in this case, would be appropriate.
本日は年に一度の親族会議でございます。
Right.
普段は遠方にお住まいの皆様が、はるばるお越しになり、一堂に集われた夜の晩餐には、世界各地より、普段は出会うことのない名酒を取り寄せブレンドしたソースが、何よりもふさわしいかと存じ、
Cool idea.
特別にご用意させていただいたのでございます。
Thank you, Goda.
素晴らしい。
素晴らしい。
本当に素晴らしい料理人や、あんたは。
Let me just check that we are recording properly. Yeah. My sound is coming, game sound is coming through. Okay, cool. 素晴らしい。
能楽器が変わると、料理も薬も効果は2倍になるっちゅうわけやな。
Not true, but sure.
元の料理のうまさも2倍。さらに能楽器で2倍。
Sure, you can probably enhance someone's the flavor by selling it well to someone in their minds.
味の売買ゲームや。
Yeah?
いやね、兄さん。その質問、読まれてたんじゃないの？
違いねえな。まんまと美味しいところをゴーダさんに持ってかれちまったぜ。
そうかね。
Maybe it was planned.
今日の料理をフランス風だと気づいていない者もいるんじゃないかと思ってね。
Okay, Kraus.
エヴァは先ほどバターを使わないのが美徳と言ったが、それはスペイン風だ。確かに国境を接してはいるがね。
I guess, yeah.
そういう意味で言ったんじゃないわよ。話の一部分だけ抜き出して勝手に加工しないでくれるかしら。
Has Ava always had a flower earring? Maybe.
とっても美味しいソースね。ゴーダさんは本当に素晴らしいわ。
Sure. What was the that's probably, is that a rose? Probably not. I was just wondering if immediately episode 1, the missing rose, came to my mind, and I was like, maybe that's the rose, but no, probably not. I forget what color it was. Was it just pink or was it white?
お褒めに預かり、大変光栄です。これもすべて、奥様の日頃のご指導のおかげでございます。
Is that so?
いえ、すべてゴーダのアイディアです。私はレシピを聞き、承認しただけです。
Okay. Well, thank you, Natsuhi. It looked like the siblings quickly got into a loud argument about something as trivial as the sauce. Did they? I wouldn't call that an argument really, but sure. But for the most part, the dinner proceeded peacefully. Nice. So, the question is, does Maria bring up the letter situation now? However, the thing that they all really wanted to ask about smoldered inside each of their hearts. Ooh, just now, this painting. Downstream. Sweetfish River, downstream. That do be a river. Okay. Okay. that was the visitor, the 19th person. Yep, that's definitely a big difference compared to the first time. I mean, obviously, it wasn't a question back then until the murder started happening. After that, it was just a big question mark. Is there one? Is there not? But now we know from the get-go that there is. The Golden Witch, Beatrice herself. And very interesting that she is not here, just in her own little suite. In actuality, Ava, Rudolph and Kyrie were on alert during dinner. If the mystery guest was to be introduced, this dinner table was the most appropriate place to do it. Ooh, by the way, now that assuming the letter Maria has, that she hasn't yet unveiled, has the same contents as in episode 1 about Beatrice proclaiming that she is the new master and the cold and you know, that whole shebang. If that letter's contents are still the same, how are we going to go about that now, since we know that Beatrice is here? Are we just gonna directly try to confront her? However, no plates had been prepared at the table for the witch. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I read this. If the mystery guest was to be introduced, this dinner table was the most appropriate place to do it. However, no plates had been prepared at the table for the witch. The family conference would begin in earnest after the meal, and previous experiences told them that it could last until deep into the night. I was just thinking, one way we could still go about the mystery of is Beatrice really here? Is she not? Would be if we in the first night kill off all the people who saw Beatrice, that being Canon, Shannon, Rosa. Obviously Maria can stay because people don't believe her anyways, but was there someone else? Probably not. No. Yeah. That's. I think that's it. Yeah. But they couldn't understand what meaning there could be in keeping this person, who should be introduced, hidden until late at night. You guys have no idea what is about to go down. At the death's door. Wow. A bit on the nose. So, Ava, Rudolph, and Kyrie started to suspect something. Also, the title of that track, At the Death's Door, when the next line mentions these three, makes me think that these three will die on the first night. This time, we'll see. I wonder if all the kids will survive again. That the guest might actually be unknown to Kraus as well. Did Kraus and Natsuhi see her? Probably not, I forget. Genji probably saw Beatrice as well. If she wasn't a saboteur called by Kraus to give him an advantage in the inheritance problem, they should probably speak frankly to Kraus beforehand and create a common front to resist anything disadvantageous to the four siblings. Or I guess 3. I don't know. If she was Kinzo's saboteur, whose purpose was to keep the inheritance from being handed over to the 4 siblings, the enmity between Kraus and the other siblings could become nothing more than a weak point that benefited the enemy. Big
それで
thunk.
は、ごゆっくりお楽しみください。
Yes, sir. Thank you, Koro. With the table set and the cuisine explained, Goda tried to leave the room, but Kirie called him to a stop with a small voice. Yeah?
はい、キリエ様。
Yeah, what's up?
何か。
ごめんなさい。今日はお客様がいらっしゃってると思ったんだけど、晩餐にはお見えにならないのかしら。
Is that a sore spot of a question towards Goda because he wasn't allowed to see her either? She had thought she'd said it nonchalantly, but unfortunately it reached the ears of Natsuhi, who was sitting in the next seat. Oof. It seemed that Natsuhi had heard it to mean, even though there are guests here today, would the host be coming to dinner? In other words, that Kirie had asked whether Kinzo was going to come to dinner. Unlucky.
当主様は体調が優れられませんので、お部屋で食事をとると仰せです。主人が初めにそう説明いたしましたが、何か。ごめんなさい。そうじゃないの。
Yeah. In an instant, Kirie realized from Natsuhi's reaction that this unknown visitor was also unknown to Kraus and his wife. There we go. Now, was it an accident or was it 5D chess to confirm? And what that meant... On the chessboard blazed inside Kirie's mind, she could feel the arrangement of the pieces changing, making loud, clattering sounds. Whether intentional or not, it turned out to be a great move.
客?
A guest? It seemed that Battler, who was sitting next to Natsuhi, had heard Kirie's words without misunderstanding them. And he let out a wild voice, questioning who else could have been invited to today's family conference. Oh boy. It's gonna be a funny confrontation if he ends up ever seeing Beatrice. Probably a really serious one too, but we'll see. Thanks to that voice, the uncomfortable feeling in the siblings' chests suddenly exploded. Everyone looked at Goda at the same time. Goda's like, what the fuck? Don't look at me. Judging by their appearances, it was obvious that at least no one here had invited that mystery woman. Ooh. It's gonna lead them to think it's something planned by Kinzo then, yeah. Poor guy, look at his face. For an instant, Goda was startled to find everyone's gaze gathered on him. But because of his naturally vain personality, this actually gave him a feeling of superiority. That's funny. Imagine if someone wrote a book about you specifically, and in that book they narrated and described you as a vain person. Oh my god. Get wrecked. Damn. Therefore, he answered in an extremely calm and graceful manner. Yeah?
はい。貴賓室でお一人で食事を取られたいとのことで、そちらへお運びしております。
So her food was carried over there, leaving it a bit of a mystery as to who carried it. There, like, I obviously carried it. No, just not letting Shannon take the glory, I guess. I don't know. Therefore, Goda's extremely graceful and reasonable response made it obvious to everyone that a 19th person, a visitor, existed. This has massive implications, and this will make the whole mystery part of whodunit change drastically once we get into the murders. Ooh, thank you, Goda.
貴賓室？客？何の、誰の話ですか？
Who dares to name drop it? Go on, Maria. Natsuhi's words echoed the question that everyone who didn't know about the visit of the Golden Witch was thinking. Goda was slightly disoriented, as though he hadn't remotely expected to be questioned by Natsuhi. That honored guest had been spoken of so stringently. He hadn't imagined that Kraus and his wife might not have known. Oof, misplay, Goda, misplay. Minus points to him from Natsuhi and Kraus.
その、ベアトリーチェ様でございます。
ベアトリーチェ、ほらほら
There we go, vindication.
ベアトリーチェ来てるでしょ
The oohs just keep on coming. Maria had been telling the other cousins over and over again that she had met Beatrice today, yeah? Since we kind of have diverged or are seeing different scenes, I wonder if they went to the beach during the day and if Maria gave them the charms. We'll see. The cousins had answered saying, "Isn't that nice?" But they hadn't believed. So, their eyes grew wide. Yeah, this has massive implications.
すまねえ。
Yeah?
俺はてっきりマリアの冗談だと思ってたぜ。あ、本当にいたんだな。
That is such a funny line from the guy who, in the tea party, is so adamant about not believing in the existence of witches or Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェって、あの黄金のベアトリーチェなのかよ。
Yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. Oh my god.
マリアはいるってずっと言ってる。誰も信じてない。
ごめんね、マリアちゃん。そういうつもりじゃないんだよ。
After learning that everyone had doubted Beatrice's existence, Maria, who had been in a good mood all day, completely lost her temper. Yeah, the more I think about this, like, from the post-episode 1 perspective of, how do we go about this and, the battle between Battler and Beatrice, the more I realized how much of a power move just Beatrice walking into the house in episode 2 is. Like, holy shit. So good. And George, who was sitting next to her, tried frantically to calm her. Thank you, George.
ゴーダ。
Yeah?
それもディナーの何かの余興なのかね？
Ooh. Kraus trying to make a power play. Surely you jest. Funny joke, man.
なかなかの味な演出だ。
Now, will people believe that, and will this sow the seeds of doubt into everyone's mind, this comment, or...
兄貴。
Yeah?
三文芝居はやめようぜ。
Ooh.
兄貴が呼んだんだろ。
There we go. Rudolph immediately questioning who done it.
呼ぶ？誰よ？どこから？
兄さん、はっきりさせましょう。あれは誰？
Who is that?
まさか、本当に肖像画のベアトリーチェだと言うんじゃないでしょうね。
Ooh.
私にはお前たちが何を言っているのかさっぱりだ。ゴーダ、これは本当に冗談ではないのだな。
Okay, not having enough insight right here to keep insisting that it was a bit by Goda. Okay, we'll see how this goes then.
私はその
Uh-oh, Goda, uh-oh.
源氏さんからそのように指示を受けただけでして、その
源氏を呼びなさい。
Uh-oh.
今すぐ。
When Natsuhi yelled, Goda shot out into the hallway. I bet he's sprinting as fast as he can. Okay, Genji my goat, tell him how it is. The sound of the door being thrown open at that time triggered a sudden uproar around the dinner table.
じゃあ兄貴も知らないってんだな。呼んだのは誰だ？
She invited herself. Or I guess technically Kinzo tried to get her here, but you know, still wasn't an official invitation.
親父ってことか？
私には何のことかわからんね。お前たちは私が裏で糸を引いていると信じているようだが、それは大きな誤解だ。
Now do the other siblings believe this sentence from you or not? Do they think this is a power play?
クラス兄さん、落ち着いてえな。
Yeah?
わしらはもう腹の探り合いをすべき段階にないで。もし兄さんも知らない怪人物だっちゅうんなら、これはとんでもない話になるんやで。
秀吉さん、言葉を少し慎みませんか？
Don't be so obvious and upfront about your plottings.
主人は親族会議に不要な人間を招いたりはしません。
Sure. Except Goda.
まったくだ。
Well, I guess Goda is necessary because he's a cook, so it's not like he's an extra. But it's still, Goda is still technically a pawn on their side, so.
お前たちは何を言っているのかね。肖像画の魔女が額縁を抜け出して現れたとでも言うのかね。
Problem?
実際にその魔女様に会ったという人間がいるわけでもなかろうが。
私、あったわ。
There we go. I was waiting for her to speak up. There we go. Ava and Rudolph nodded at Rosa's proclamation.
マリアもあった。クラウスおじさん、信じて。ママを信じて。
The brief tension was broken, and Maria also started to make a ruckus. The room was, by now, chaotic. Genji? No?
何が何だかさっぱりだぜ。
Everyone is shocked.
つまりなんだ？じい様に黄金を授けた魔女様が今年の親族会議にはスペシャルゲストとして登場ってわけかよ。
Especially when people are thinking that this is the last year Kinzo is gonna be alive. Yeah, that's probably gonna make you all think about things.
しかし、本当に？ローザおばさんの見間違いってことじゃねえの？マリアもあ
った。
Yeah, you guys, I mean, obviously you guys still don't believe Maria, but this is, come on, two people serving as witnesses here. And obviously if we get Shannon and Conan, then that's two more.
ローザおばさん、間違いなくなんですか？
ええ。
There we go.
私とマリアは会って話もしてる。私は会ったの。
The paint looked like I don't want it to be true, but I can't deny that I saw her.
あれは間違いなく魔女だった。
Using the word a witch.
信じて。私の見間違いとか錯覚とかそんなのじゃ断じてない。あれは
Ooh, what a line. What was that? In the instant before the typhoon visited, yeah? Rosa had definitely met with the witch in the rose garden. But that scene had been so hard to accept as a reality. And the more she spoke of it like this, the less she understood what it was she had met. Yeah. Ironically, because she had lost her composure when she said that she had definitely met the witch, people... Yeah. The more desperate she became, the more vague the witch's existence seemed. I see. So, it was a single, composed sentence that affirmed her existence for certain.
私もあったわ。
There we... Did you? Oh, I get... Yeah. You met her in the hallway, or at least passed her by? Did you? Yeah, I feel like that's the case, yeah. I somehow completely blanked that out until now.
挨拶とはとても言えないけれど、
Yeah.
一応言葉も交わしてる。
Yeah, thank you, Kirie.
ローザさんの見間違いとかじゃ断じてないわ。
So, Kirie, Rosa, Maria, Kanon, and Shannon. And Rosa, Kirie, Kanon, Shannon, Maria. And maybe Genji. That would be 6 people for the first night's deaths, who would be all the people who have technically seen or fully believe in the witch's existence. Those could be our first 6 to sacrifice, and then the existence of the witch would become vague again. It's definitely not something that Rosa-san saw wrong.
キリエさん、それマジかよ。
ええ。
There we go.
でも彼女は私に名乗らなかった。だから彼女がベアトリーチェであると断定はできない。
But you can conclude that she was someone who is a 19th person.
でも、主観的で恐縮なんだけど、私は玄関ホールで彼女に会ったから、肖像画と顔を見比べることができた。
Like, I'm sorry, but this portrait is so good. Like, holy. The knee-high socks and the Zettai Ryoiki. Ooh. And their smirk. So good, so good.
私は第一印象で、彼女こそがこの肖像画の主に違いないって思ったわ。あくまでも主観よ。
Yeah.
そんなことはありえません。
Yeah?
第一、その女はどこからやってきたというのですか？
From the Golden Land, obviously. No. I don't know.
今日の船は皆さんの送迎のための便が往復しただけです。
I mean, Beatrice seemingly lives on the island, question mark.
その船に乗っていたのですか？
それを言われると弱いな。確かに、そんなご婦人と一緒に下船した記憶はない。
Right.
あら、そう？私たちの乗ってきた船以外に船はないってどうして証明できるの？
Good question. Do we have a confirmation for that?
できないわ。
Okay. Ava immediately sowing the seeds of doubt. Wow. I love her power plays like this. Just muddy all the waters.
来なかったは証明できない。
道理だな。
Okay.
来たは証明できる。来たのを見たやつが見たと言えばいい。しかし、来ないは証明できないぜ。全員が来ない、見てないと言ったところで、全員が見てないところでこっそり来たことを否定はできない。
Sure.
つまり、悪魔の証明ってやつだ。
Devil's proof. It's easy to prove that a devil exists. All you have to do is meet a devil, yeah? But it is impossible to prove that devils don't exist, yeah. Yeah. That's the whole basis behind religion. And just because no one has ever met a devil doesn't mean that you can deny the possibility that they're hiding away somewhere that humans cannot go. You can't deny the existence of aliens for exactly the same reasons, yeah. Until humanity searches the whole of space and can show perfectly that aliens don't exist, you can't be sure that they don't, yeah. And even then, it's like, I mean, it's always gonna be impossible to tell because there's always this simulation argument. Like, it's just impossible to tell if we live in a simulation. And it's definitely impossible for us to ever check the entirety of space for the existence of aliens, yeah. Therefore, while there may be a number of ways to prove that aliens do exist, it is impossible to show proof that denies their existence, yep.
となれば、僕たちが乗ってきた船以外の船で来たかどうかなんて、議論しても無駄な問題ということになるね。
Sure.
僕たちと一緒の船にはいなかった。
This is seemingly true. Unless Beatrice is actually possessing someone, but I don't know. Seems more unlikely.
それだけが事実で、それ以外の方法で、とにかくこの島に訪れたことになる。
True.
そうね。どうやって来たかなんて、議論の必要はないかもしれない。肝心なのは、現にこの屋敷に今いて、私たちと晩餐を共にする気がないという事実よ。
整理しよ
う。Let's review. Sure.
今この島には、後宮家18人以外に、もう一人客がいる。
The 18 of the Ushiromiya family. So you do count these servants as Ushiromiya family. Sure.
そしてそいつは、兄貴も夏日姉さんも知らない客だってんだな。
知りません。
Okay.
何の話だかもわかりません。
お前は少し黙っていなさい。頭痛に触る。妻の言う通りだ。私にはお前たちが何の話をしているのかさっきからさっぱりだ。
Okay.
じゃあ答えは一つしかないわ。
Yeah?
お父様が呼んだのよ。
Well, yeah. Or she invited herself in.
今日の親族会議のために
親族会議に
I mean, yeah, that is the most reasonable conclusion to come to.
だから何のために
Gold?
そんなの知らないわよ。兄さんが知ってたらそれを問い詰めようって思ってたのよ。
えわ、予算か。
Wow, the squabble.
クラス兄さんは知らんと言うとる。つまり話はこうや。お父さんが肖像画の魔女にそっくりの客人をこっそり招いた。
Seemingly, yeah.
それにローザさんが出会い、マリアちゃんが出会い、そしてキリエさんもあった。
Sure.
今はそこまでや。わしらに言いたいことがあるんなら、とっとと姿を現せばええ。挨拶もなしに引きこもってるっちゅうんはどないなわけなんや。ってことなんや。
Thank you for making it digestible, Hideyoshi.
親族会議なんか花から関心のない親父が、新しい愛人をこっそり呼びつけたってわけか
Ooh, mistress word dropped finally. Okay, yeah.
理想の魔女様のおべべを着せてよ。そう決着するには、今日という日は意味を持ちすぎてるぜ。
理由は一つしかない。
Yeah?
親族会議に加わるためよ。
Sure.
お父様の遺産について何かの権利を主張する気でいるのよ。
Well, if the contents of the letter Maria holds are the same, then you are actually correct there.
バカバカしい。当主様に愛人などと汚らわしいものなどおりません。
Yeah.
お前は黙っていると言っている。私はこの屋敷でずっと親父殿と過ごしているが、そんな話は聞いたこともない。
You think Kinzo trusts you?
最大限理解を示したとして、何十年も昔の愛人との間に隠し子がいたとして、それを親父殿が探し出し、今日という日に呼びつけたと。
Okay, reasonable guess.
こう言いたいのかね？
Yeah?
あなた、お父様にそんなものがいるわけがありません。尊い後宮の血が愛人ごときに。先ほどから数人が見たと自称しているに過ぎません。
I mean...
幻想妄想白チュームに決まっています。
How many people do you need to confirm her identity then to believe it?
あるいはこれも夫を陥れるための皆さんの何らかの芝居なのですか？
Entrap my husband. Still thinking that it's a power of play from the other siblings.
何の芝居だってのよ。芝居だって言うならそっちでしょうが。
よせよ姉貴。ちょいと暴力的な言い方だが、夏日さんの言う通りではある。キリエは姿を見たが、俺は見てない。
Sure.
姉貴もだ。だがローザは見た。
Yeah, that's only, well, yeah, less than half.
しかしってことは、いるってことになる。いるを証明している連中が存在する以上、いるで直ちに決着だ。悪魔の証明の逆パターンってわけだな。それに、俺も会いたいんだよ。
That is a big question mark if you will be able to. We'll see.
そして、一体当家に何の御用かと直接問いただしたい。
Maria, maybe it's time to unveil the letter.
それについては私も同感だ。六軒島へ何の御用かぜひお尋ねしたいものだ。
Sure.
しらじらしいこと言わないで。
Yeah?
狙いは一つよ。お父様の遺産を狙ってるのよ。
I suppose you should correct yourselves by saying she is after her own money. She's come to collect a debt.
相続問題に明るい弁護士に今後の作戦を練らせるべきよ。お母様と同格の権利を愛人が主張した場合、私たちの取り分はかっきり半分さらわれることになる。
If the mistress claims the same rights as mother, then our shares will be cut right in half. So the mother or grandmother, whichever Kinzo's original wife, who he had these children with, she is still alive? Question mark? I forget exactly what was said about her in episode 1. It was left pretty vague and not important, but I, for some reason, had the idea that she was dead, long dead, but maybe not.
ちょっとみんな待って。
No, wait, I think I misread that. If the mistress claims the same rights as mother, then our that could still imply that the mother is dead, yeah. Just that the mistress would be equal to the mother's share. So would get the half of them and the children would get the other half, yeah.
源氏さんがもうじき来るわ。
True.
彼は何でも知ってる。
He doesn't know everything. He just knows what he knows.
きっと私たちの疑問に答えてくれるわ。それまでそういう話はなしにしましょう。さあ子供たち。悪いけれど大人はちょっと込み入った話をしないといけないの。ゲストハウスへ戻っていなさい。
Rosa yelled at the children, slightly emotionally. The children didn't understand why they were suddenly being yelled at now, but Ava and the rest came to the same realization as Rosa after a delay. They were talking so grandly about the filthy topic of inheritance in front of the children. True. There was no way they'd want their children to remain here, yeah. So they all immediately agreed with Rosa's plan. True, sure.
そうやな。ローザさんの言う通りや。ジョージ。
Yep, Georges, Wise, he'll take you up on that.
いとこみんなでゲストハウスに戻ってるんや。いとこ同士仲良く遊ぶんやで。
ジョージ、言われた通りになさい。
Yes, ma'am.
いとこみんなを連れて今すぐ出ていくのよ。
ちょっと待ってよ、母さん。
No? Okay. George, you got a counter argument?
僕たちはまだ食事も終えていない。
Oh, it's still mid-dinner.
デザートはゴーダさんにゲストハウスに運ばせます。だから出て行きなさい。ジェシカ、ここから先は大人の話し合いです。行きなさい。
Go.
わかったよ。
Yeah.
まだ食いかけだってのによ。
ってことは俺だけ例外ってことはないよな。
Yeah, no.
理解してくれてありがとう、バトラ君。でもあなたラッキーよ。
どうして？
私も出て行けるなら出て行きたいもの。
Fair, but unfortunately you are one of the few very important witnesses, so you specifically need to stay there.
違いねえぜ。大人は大人で遺産をめぐって楽しい一家団らんをお楽しみくださいってんだ。
Yeah, enjoy.
私も席を外しましょう。
Nanjo, you were here. Okay. I was wondering if he was here or just in, I guess, the parlor eating alone. But yeah, sure.
どうやら今夜は私の出番はなさそうだ。
You'll be needed tomorrow, assuming you live. Nanjo softly rose from his seat. He had been calmly watching the whole discussion from his seat at the farthest corner of the table, without pointlessly interrupting. Thank you, Nanjo. His reaction was very adult, like a calm old gentleman. Thank you, Nanjo. Even before he's the big bad villain. When Nanjo rose from his seat, it urged on the other people who were supposed to leave. As the children noisily rose from their seats, a commotion was heard in the hallway as the servants returned. Ooh,
遅くなって申し訳ございません。
servants, in plural. Yeah, go on.
源氏をお呼びいたしました。
お屋敷の中の戸締まりの確認に行っておりましたもので遅くなりました。申し訳ございません。
さあ、子供たちはゲストハウスへ。
Yup, yup, yup.
ゴーダさん、申し訳ないのだけれど、子供たちの分のデザートをゲストハウスへ運んでくれるかしら。
Important topics being discussed.
は、
Yep.
よろしいのですか？
It seemed that Goda did not appreciate that the dinner he had worked so hard on was going to be interrupted like this. Don't worry, my dude, you still have tomorrow. Well, you would if people weren't going to die this night. He sent Natsuhi a look as though asking her whether that was really all right.
ローザさんの言う通りにするように。それから私たちにデザートの配膳は不要です。
Oof. Must feel bad.
呼び出しがあるまで食堂には近づかないように。これは他の使用人にも伝えること。
Okay, well, Hanon and Shannon would be, well, important in this discussion, I feel like, but we'll see.
いいですね。
はい。かしこまりました。
さあさあ皆さん、参りましょうかな。
Let us go indeed.
マリアさんもこれ以上お母さんを困らせてはいけません。
マリアもベアとの話
Oh no.
マリアちゃん、僕たちにゲストハウスでベアトリーチェの話を聞かせてくれないかい？
Yeah, maybe that will pacify her.
ぜひ魔女の話を聞きたいんだ。
Oh yeah, George is now very intrigued.
ね。
Okay, that worked. Thank you, George.
ジョージ兄さんは本当にうめえぜ。感動するぜ。
本当に子持ちじゃねえのかよ。手慣れすぎだぜ。
In before, that's actually plot relevant later, and George actually is much older than he lets on, and he actually has kids. Probably not. What if George is the mysterious husband of Rose? No. Maria's mood was completely back to normal at George's words, and she even took the initiative in hurrying everyone to go to the guest house. It looked like Goda didn't like being kicked out himself, but he was unable to disobey Natsuhi, and left the room with Battler and the rest, closing the door.
ご用は何でしょうか、皆様。
Yeah, about this VIP.
あるわ。たっぷりと。
Yes, sir.
それもみんな。誰から質問するかくじ引きが欲しいくらいよ。
だが誰が一番のくじを引こうとも最初にする質問は同じだと思うね。
Yeah, regarding Beatrice or her identity.
違いね
えな。Or who invited her.
源氏さん、正直に答えてくれ。今貴賓室にいるベアトリーチェってのは何者なんだ？
Yeah. Ooh, when we close there? Ah, that's brutal. That is brutal. And a time skip of 2 hours. Sure. Wedding ring. Oh, it's gonna be a sad scene. It's gonna be a sad scene. Oof, I think we're gonna stop it there. Damn. Wedding. Yeah. That was fun. A lot of people being shocked and not believing and questioning each other, and yeah. Lots of probing and prodding. Fun. Yeah, we are, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 scenes away from the midnight point. Oh boy, we're getting there. Maybe in the next video, maybe in a couple more videos, but yeah. How long has this video been? I mean, it's only a bit under an hour, but that's fine because now I finally have more time to record, so I have doubled the upload time. So instead of just 1 video per week, we'll be getting 2 videos per week. So for Umineko, it's gonna be on Tuesdays and Fridays, yeah. So you can expect a second video on Friday, and yeah, that's how it's gonna be going forward until we finish the game. So that's fun. Cool. Okay, Patreon early access up to 2 weeks. Links down in the description. Cool. See ya.